comment on non-action agenda items. So I'll start in the chambers. Anybody who wishes to comment on agenda items that were non-action items, come on up. George Barich.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for addressing the audio system. It sounds better now. Maybe Kevin tweaked it. For possible future agenda items, I would like you to agendize these private memorials that are being set up on public property around town that get set up but they never go away. Now, I've had this conversation with Mr. Scott here and put in a request with the code enforcement, and with no response, maybe above their pay grade, or it's a political hot potato that needs to land with you folks, okay? So I understand. This is a problem. They pose a danger to the public and children. In some instances, I've volunteered, as I usually do, but I need your help with that. Also, there's this ongoing issue with the defacing of public statues and monuments in our city parks. And I brought this to the attention to the police department over the years, and they have a kind of a hands-off approach. I've brought beads and hats and all kinds of things off Statue Boggio, who I knew personally, who wouldn't appreciate this either. And I see the garbage being placed back on the statues and the memorials, even to the extent of Black Lives Matter. I take that to the police station, and then they have Mark Landman coming down and putting another one on there and taking a picture with it for social media. So this is an issue. You must address these private memorials on public property and the liabilities. The other thing, I think you need to agendize saving money for future legal defense funds, because it's coming. Okay, but here's the silver lining. You're going to save money in the end when you terminate your contract with Mr. Robert Smith. Okay, you're going to save a lot of money. And the power is going to come back to the council rather than these unelected bureaucrats who weaponize these departments and holding you liable for legal liabilities. You also would benefit from agendizing this issue of nonprofits, because nonprofits is really all about profits, which are disguised in salaries. And we need to have a healthy discussion about this. Okay, there's all kinds of profits in nonprofits, okay? Also, agendize how my public records requests are delayed, they're illegal now, they're actionable in the court of law. The city council has to step in and find out why we can't get public records in a timely fashion. Also, I have been volunteering for the code enforcement team for years now. I never get a thank you. I never get a reply, but my neighbors do. Okay, you need to agendize why this is happening. I've been volunteering, and I get no response. And then also, Mayor, would you be so kind as to adjourn the meeting tonight in a dedication of late President Jimmy Carter? Would you consider that? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other on non-action agenda items? Thank you. Laurie Alderman.
First, I'd like to comment on to Kevin, the new closed captioning needs to learn how to spell Rohnert Park and Cotati. It has come up with some very hilarious things coming up tonight, depending on who's saying it. It was a couple, I think we've invented a few new countries. And I also wanted to comment on the presentation by the vector. And anyways, that was, I want to tell a little story. It is good to have the mosquito vector with us, because somebody was walking in front of our popular dog walk, and they saw a gnome. We had a gnome hanging from a tree. There was a underground beehive, and within 2 hours, they were out getting that beehive out of there. It was really impressive. So it was great that it's in Cotati. You're wanting to, a lot of this meeting has been about volunteerism and bringing community. You guys have pushed everybody away. Not you, especially this council, but the previous council. And nobody's coming. Nobody's on Zoom. You have to deal with some of these realities of how you've treated people. Nobody wants to come up here. Nobody wants to volunteer. You get personal repercussions. How many personal repercussions have I had over the years for speaking? Many, many, many. Even March hearing, the code enforcement hearing, the attorney went after me for speaking to you about the code enforcement. This is so wrong. You guys need to get into reality, gain some trust back and don't go after people that speak. And we might have a community left, but right now we don't have very much of a community. And that's because of the actions of many years of, you should go back and look at the minutes from 20 years ago. They have everybody's comments. You guys are not, the city's business is not all about you guys talking about everything. It's about, everybody's opinion was mattered, and you made it so nobody's opinion mattered. Everything is passed, no matter what we do or say. So why should anybody come forward and help? Because you're just going to be shut down. You guys need to change. That's basically it. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, and let's check with Zoom.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Speaking to our Zoom attendees, please use the raise hand icon to make a public comment. Mayor Ford, that will end public comment.
Okay, thank you. Next, the council will go into a closed session, which is a conference with city labor negotiators. The city designated representative is the city manager or designee, and the employee organization is the Cotati Police Management Association and Cotati Police Officers Association. While we're not adjourning the meeting now, I will do so when we adjourn with an honoring of former President Jim. Oh, thank you. I need to do public comment on the closed session. Thank you. My first time, so previous mayors have to help me out.